What's going on, y'all? Happy Weird Wednesday. This is Jan, reported live for V89. Going over my script really quickly. We have international. All right, thanks. Okay. All right, cool. We are live now. Good afternoon. This is Jam for V89 News. China's trucking industry is shifting faster than expected from diesel to electric, with liquefied natural gas, or LNG, trucks losing ground, according to the Associated Press. LNG, natural gas cooled into liquid form for easier storage and transport, was once promoted as a cleaner alternative, but analysis say its momentum is slowing. Quote, China is replacing its diesel trucks with electric models faster than expected, unquote, the AP reported, citing data from Commercial Vehicle World showing battery rigs jumped from 9.2% of new sales in 2024 to 22% in the first half of 2025. Luhan Ziyang of ICCT Beijing noted that LNG truck sales, quote, peaked in late 2023 and early 2024, unquote, but have since slipped as electric adoption accelerates. BMI research added that, quote, limited charging infrastructure could pose a challenge, unquote, even as forecasts suggest EVs could reach nearly half of new truck sales by 2030. In national news, California's new climate disclosure law has been temporarily halted by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, according to the Associated Press. Senate Bill 261, which would have required large companies to report climate-related financial risks starting in January, is pausing pending appeal, while Senate Bill 253, mandating emissions disclosure, remains scheduled to take effect later. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, one of the groups challenging the law, argued that, quote, California's mandate forces companies to speak against their will, unquote, raising First Amendment concerns. Supporters countered that the measures are critical for transparency, with Governor Gavin Newsom's office emphasizing that, quote, Californians deserve to know how corporations are planning for climate risks, unquote. The AP notes that the outcome of the appeal could shape whether California's first-in-the-nation climate disclosure regime becomes a model for other states or stalls under legal pressure. In state news, a new lawsuit report shows that the heat index inside Miami-Dade's Dade Correctional Institution reached a sweltering 119 degrees Fahrenheit, according to the Miami Herald. The Florida Justice Institute, which filed the suit, said in a statement, quote, we believe the report confirms that the summer heat indexes inside Dade Correctional Institution are extraordinarily high, unquote. UC Berkeley professor Stefano Chiavan, who conducted the study, wrote that, quote, during daylight hours, it is like a battery that gets charged up by the sun. Even after temperatures cool off inside, the inside of the prison remains extremely hot, unquote. The Florida Department of Corrections responded that some housing units are air-conditioned for vulnerable populations, and that staff are trained to recognize heat-related illness. The lawsuit cites several deaths, including a 74-year-old prisoner whose last words were, quote, man, it's so hot in here, unquote, underscoring the risk of prolonged exposure in facilities without air conditioning. And lastly, in local news, Connection First, a Tallahassee nonprofit, convened a restorative justice forum this week to address accountability and healing, according to WCTV. The event brought together community members, law enforcement, and individuals directly affected by harm to discuss alternatives to traditional punishment. Organizers explained that, quote, restorative justice is about repairing harm, not punishment, unquote, framing dialogue between those responsible and those affected as central to the process. One participant shared, quote, it gave me a chance to be heard and to understand the other side, unquote, underscoring the personal impact of the forum. The report concludes that such initiatives aim to strengthen community ties and provide models for addressing conflict outside the courtroom. That's all the news for this hour. I'm Jam, and you're listening to WVFS Tallahassee, the voice of Florida State. And that's all, folks.